In the last video, I used templates to develop e-learning in Author. In this video, we'll look at creating things from the ground up. Instead of e-learning, I'm going to create an ad for a company called Red Sea Spa to demonstrate creating web content. We'll start by creating a new lesson in portrait mode, 382 by 764 pixels. This could be used at the side of a web page. This will be a sequential lesson with one element. We could use an information element, but I'll use a general element which will allow us to place a button on the ad. The first thing is a video background. There are lots of free video clips available on the web, and I'm using one from vidivo.net. I've selected a video of red waves. I'll resize it to fit our lesson and center the sun. I'll mute the video, loop it, and set it to auto start. Muting the video is important, as some browsers will not let the video auto start with sound enabled. Next, a title. If I needed full word style text, I'd use the text action, but instead I'll use feature text, which just gives you one font. I'll start with the first word, red. The easiest way to ensure the title will be centered is to make the text box the same width as the lesson, 382 pixels. You can change the size of the text box directly on the screen, or with the XY width and height fields and the up and down arrows. You may also hold down the left mouse button over the arrows and move the mouse to change the field values. I'll enter 382 for width and change the height. I'll also enter red as the text. On the second tab, I'll center the text, set the font size to 60 and the color to red. On the background tab, we'll set the background to transparent, and finally we'll specify a fade-in special effect with a duration of 2 seconds. Now we have the first word, I'll copy it and paste it twice. Then I'll edit each of the new text actions to say sea and then spa and increase their fade-in time. To arrange them on the screen, I can select them individually or as a group. With the right mouse button, I can align them and select a vertical alignment. I can also move them up the screen using the keyboard cursor keys. Now a pause to allow the special effect to take place before we move on. I'll make it 5 seconds. Now I want to remove the title text with some animation using the hinge effect, which will make the words dive into the sea. To do this, I use a change action for each of the title lines. This will create 3 change text actions where I can edit the special effects to hinge. So that's the letters diving into the sea. Now I'll put up some final text. Since I already have a text box in the right size, I'll copy and paste the first one to the end of the list. Now I'll edit this text and change it. Let's make the font color white and size 40 and set it to a script font. Now the interaction. I could use a number of buttons saved in libraries, but let's create one. In this case, we'll move the button to the bottom and add a title, a value of LM, and the Learn More text. Now we'll change the background color and text for each button state to a red background, and we'll make the text yellow for mouse over. I'll also set a timeout for the interaction, as I'd like the ad to replay from the beginning after displaying the button for 10 seconds. Finally, the Response tab. First, we'll check if the answer is LM, which means the button has been selected. For this response, we'll use an Open Web resource action, and I'll use the Microcraft website as a destination. Next, we'll add an else condition and set the lesson flow to repeat from the information section. Okay, let's see what it looks like. As you can see, the ad loops. When I select the button, it displays the Microcraft site. And if I go to the Adverts page, there are some more ad examples. To use your ad, you need to publish it as HTML and transfer the zip file to a server folder and extract it. That address can then be placed in an iframe on a web page. I'll log in as admin and show you the HTML code for this page. The highlighted code shows the ad URL in an iframe. So that's a look at creating web content from scratch. In the next video, I'll look at the programming features of Author. Bye for now.